Welcome everybody. Today's video finds us over here in Ayutthaya. We're just south of the historical park, and the reason I came over here today is it's going to be a short video, but I wanted to take a look at this. This is something that most people don't ever get a chance to see. We're going to take a look at this Khmer style prang that's right here on the island. It's out of the way, most people just go buzzing by, but we're going to take a look at it just to appreciate the artwork and stuff. And where we are, this used to be one of the main canals or Khlongs, and right over there is kind of like a historical park, like they call it the Grandmother's Park, and there's a Hindu temple right there. It's like on a little island, and we're just surrounded by trees, and here's the road that goes through. But this is the ruin right here. It's not overly huge, but it is pretty interesting in the style. Now they call this Wat Som, which I think that might mean like the orange temple. And this is the whole site. There's a little wihan on the other side, and then some bases of these chetties, and that's all there really is here. Yeah, it looks like there was, I don't know how many little chetties around. There's three, looks like about 12 to 15 chetties that are just the bases. But what's interesting about this is this prang. And I think it's like 12 meters tall or 15 meters tall. And it has a relic chamber on the back side, and then it has a six stories that goes up to that like conical dome. And it is Khmer style. And they believe it was built in the 18th Buddhist century, which would make it like 13th century. So this is around 700 years old. They don't know when exactly it was built or who built it. But from like the styling, it's really similar to one of the chetties at Wat Mahahat, as well as the main chetty at Wat Ratchaburna. Those are some main temples here in Ayutthaya. But check that out with those naga, and then you can see all the other like the little faux fronts that they have. Like that right there is the faux front, and then they would have had an image here. And then you would have had like some small stairs to go up. So these would have been on the cardinal directions, and then it would have been open to the east, which is like the Khmer tradition. But you can see the naga right there, and these kind of stick out. They're kind of interesting. It's a piece of stone, and it's kind of a fake like front, and then you can see all the styling up along the way there. But it is in fantastic shape. And then over here is like the wihan, and there's a couple more bases of the chetties over there. But the main thing I wanted to look at was the styling of this right here. Yeah, it is fantastic. And it's just a place that nobody stops. It's you can just come over here and walk around on your own. You can see the naga right there, and it would have went up into like the little arch. And then this is the relic chamber. And you can see that it's made out of the brick and the mortar. And then they had the plaster on the outside. And the locals have came over here and made like little shrines. And you can see where they burned the joe sticks. And then they put the flowers and everything. And then they have restored this right here. You can see that piece of wood is pretty new. You can see that right there, that little arch, how it's the bricks that kind of stick out away. And they're all constructed that way. And just lots and lots of bricks here. So if this is 700 years old and it's in the early Ayutthaya styling, it probably goes into like when King Utong first founded this, the city here. And there was a settlement that was on the island. It's not too far from here. And I don't know if this was Buddhist the whole time or if it was originally Hindu. You can see it has like that hole. So sometimes these would have had like that Shiva Linga inside. So I don't know. They don't know much about this, but you can smell the guano in here. Ooh, and it's really musty. And then some people have put a little bit of gold leaf and stuff on back there. And then you can see what's left of their little shrines and stuff that they put here. And you can see how it's constructed out of these bricks with the mortar in between. Yeah, really cool. And we'll go over here and look at this wihan next. Yeah, these stairs are just like one brick wide. So you can see that it's kind of a precarious way to get up in here. You see how the base of this is constructed. This is really a common styling here in Ayutthaya. A lot of times they'll be shaped like a boat. And then this would have had the columns on the inside. Looks like 6 of them. And it's hard to say if they'd have had windows. Probably either 1 on each side or 3 on each side. And you can see it's brick and mortar also. And they would have put plaster over it. You can see a little bit of the remaining plaster right here. Not a lot. And this one doesn't look like it would have had a porch. And then there's a couple more little chetties out here. And then over there is like a little pond, and you can see some of the houses and stuff. So everybody just buzzes by this little temple, and it's quite great. That little prang is just spectacular. And there's just no reason for tourists to come over here because it's, you know, there's nothing else really around it. Just that little walking grandmother's park if you want to go over there. But this is just kind of out of the way. So right here is the base of the pedestal. So they would have had the Buddhas right here. You can see what's left of the little sandstone Buddha. And they're all just debris basically. And then the shrine that the people have came over here. And it looks like these would have been maybe 2 columns right here in front of the Buddha image for some reason. You could have seen it would have been whitewashed with that plaster that's about 1/2 inch to 1 inch thick. Yeah, it would have been great. There would have been a wall. They would have had all the normal stuff. And over on this side would have been the monk quarters. On the south, by tradition, that's where the monk quarters would have been. And they would have been made out of wood. So there's nothing left of them. I mean, there's not even the perimeter wall anymore. Now, what's interesting is you see this piece right here and this piece right here. These are the laterite stones. And that's usually what the Khmer would have built their ruins out of. So I don't know where those 2 came from. Ah, get out of here. The dog startled me. So she's got some pups somewhere. And then you got all the kids coming over. Yeah, one last look here at this. Yeah, and then they have the tops of the spires over here. So there's just not a whole lot to see. But the main reason I wanted to come is to see this. Oh, and they put a little shrine here. They have King Taksin. And you can see the outline of a standing Buddha right there. Yeah, and those Naga right there are the best. The 3 Naga, and then all the little flower pattern all around. And what's interesting here is you can see how they would have constructed these. So this would have been just like the multiple layers, and then it would have went up, and then it would have went up to the peak up here. Well, that'll finish up a quick video over here at Wat Som. I just was in the area and I wanted to stop over here and look at it. I've been by it a million times and I've never stopped. I was like, see the prong as I'm going by on my motorcycle, and I'm like, oh wow, that's really cool. So anyway, I decided to stop here today and take a look at it. And I'm really happy I did. Like I said, this is a place that just people don't get to come over and see. You know, it's just out here by itself. It's a small little prong, but it's the styling of it is quite cool. And it's really, really old. You know, if it goes to the 18th Buddha century, you know, making it 700 years old. And it is similar to some of the other more famous prongs in the area. So anyway, if you liked the video, smash the like button. If you've been here or you have any questions or comments, have any more information about it, leave a comment down below and tell me what you think or whatever. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, stick around. This is what I do. I show you things that most people don't get a chance to see. So if you want to see something a little bit different, other than like, you know, soups and sukhumvit and all of that, then you found the right place. This is what I do. Just show you what I see and tell you a little bit about what I know. So subscribe. It's free and easy to do. And until next time, from over here at Wat Som in Ayutthaya, remember, life is a journey. So until next time, enjoy.